Junior Cow showed me a clip from TikTok, laughed, and said, "Even I, as a cow, know who Martin Luther King Jr. is," before walking away, shaking his tail and head. My first reaction as wise ass was, that's not a real video clip. How is it possible for these humans to be so naive? Forget it, I don't even want to say what was on my mind. So, I went to YouTube to double check. And here's the clip for you to see. Watch it first, and then we can talk about it.
Donald Trump was inaugurated earlier today. A lot of people are upset that Martin Luther King wasn't there. Were you surprised to see that he wasn't at the inauguration?
Yeah, I was.
Why?
I mean, you talked about Martin Luther King not being there? Because today is his day. You see what I'm saying? There was like a day set aside for him.
So he had things to do.
Yeah.
Today Donald Trump was inaugurated. Believe to him being banned from Mar-a-Lago?
I don't think so. Donald Trump's not like that. He's not going to do that just because somebody didn't show up to his
Do you
inauguration.
think he'll still let him in Mar-a-Lago?
Absolutely.
He should, since people don't know, but the Mar...
Now that we've seen the clip together, let's talk about it. Ask yourselves, how could anyone be so blissfully unaware of their own country's history? And not just any history, Martin Luther King Jr. The man practically has a national holiday named after him, people. What's next? Asking if George Washington had a TikTok account? Or if Abraham Lincoln posted selfies on Instagram during the Civil War? And here's the kicker, these are the same people who wave flags, talk about fighting for freedom, and dying for the country. But if you don't even know your history, how do you have the right to stop me from making the right choice? You know, electing someone who can actually think instead of someone who just looks good on a billboard. Meanwhile, the rest of us are stuck in this endless tug-of-war between the right and the left. And you know what? I still don't know which arm is which. One side screams louder, the other side whispers smarter, and I'm here in the middle thinking, wait, are these people even aware of which century we're living in? At least in the barn, we know who the farmer is and how many kids he has. We know the goat's habits, their likes and dislikes. We don't elect anyone to be our leader because we know that we are our own leaders and responsible for our own lives. Imagine if we had the same mentality as these people, barn would have been a parliament by now. Your wise ass is not amused. It's frustrating, isn't it? Watching the uninformed take the wheel and steer us straight into a ditch of dumb decisions. And yet, here we are, holding on for dear life. Maybe next time, we'll vote for Siri or Alexa, at least they have access to Google. Now, I don't know about you, but when I first watched this, I honestly thought it was a joke. Like, come on, this has to be scripted, right? There's no way people actually believe Martin Luther King Jr. was supposed to be at the last inauguration. What's next? Asking why George Washington didn't tweet about crossing the Delaware? But nope, this is real. These are real people with real opinions. And here's the scary part, these same folks are the ones voting. They're the ones deciding who gets to run the country, influence global peace, and make decisions that impact all of us. Meanwhile, the rest of us, the ones who actually know that MLK wasn't alive in the 21st century, are stuck watching this circus unfold. It makes you wonder, how did we get here? How do people get so disconnected from their own history? And worse, how do they still manage to have the loudest voice in the room? It's like watching someone argue about the color of the sky while they're wearing sunglasses at night. As my grandass used to say, sometimes being wise is like a form of torture, it's painful and causes you mental suffering. But it's still better to be wise than to be elected by an unwise person.